We are back with another edition of Insta Chat with the journalist. I'm Andile, aka the journalist, and today my guest is a guy called Mr. Joe. Born and bred in the KZN, and he's been on the Afro tip for a while. Studied music at the Soul Candy Institute. He has produced many songs. Mr. Joe has released music under international labels, and his music has been played by the likes of Black Coffee, and he's just like an all-round dope guy. And today we'll be just chatting to him about his journey and where he sees himself going in this music space and all that jazz, man. It's all about house music, documenting the culture. And let me add Mr. Joe real we get the show on the road. Shout out to you if you just joined us. Azola, I see you, Sisi. The Ish, what's up, my brother? Welcome. You guys are just on time to the interview with Mr. Joe. It's such a cool name, man. Why didn't I think of that? Probably because my name is not Joe. Come on, funny joke. It is funny. No? Okay, cool.
Yep.
So yeah, Mr. Joe is joining us. The Shandis is just connecting, and then we shall chat to him and hear what he's been up to. And also, he's hosting this really, really dope event called Light Up. They are hosted every month in Newtown, Johannesburg, and it's these very awesome Afro Tech events. So Mr. Joe is I don't know if it's his event alone or if he's one of the guys behind it. But yeah, it's part of his movement. Yo, Mr. Joe, brother, this thing declined, so I think you should request to join in. Because I tried adding you and then it's not working. It's not working this thing. So I think you should just, add me from your side so that we can get the show on the road. Here we go. I'm accepting. So yeah, man, the journalistdj.com, the fastest growing house music platform in the country. Check it out if you haven't checked it out yet. It's very, very dope, man. Very, very dope. Hey, sure, Joe.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, brother. How are you, man?
Good, bro. I'm good. Thanks, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Thank you
Peter.
so much for making time, to have this conversation with me. Yeah, man, you've been on the grind, man. You're one of those guys that, you're really, really serious about the game. You put in the hours. But yo, let me not speak on your behalf. First of all, Mr. Joe, we know you're from KZN. Firstly, tell us about your name. Is your name really Joe?
No, my real name is Mbheki, so that's my nickname.
Oh, but how
Yeah, Joe.
how do you
Joe is
go from your real name to
it's a
Joe?
story of how it came about.
Okay, no, it's cool, man. So, you're a dude from KZN, and I understand that, you've always been obsessed about music since you were in primary. But, what do you think it is about music that made you realize that, that's the thing that you actually want to do?
I think for me, it's when I realized that when I'm actually listening to music, it just always just makes me happy. Like it gives me inspiration of just being a better person. Like I would be a better person if I'm listening to music versus when I'm not. So from there, I had this connection where I felt like, where I wanted to know more, learn more, do more. And that's how this thing just started to grow into this crazy passion.
And obviously, when did you decide that, what, you want to do this thing? What was that defining moment for you to say you want to do this professionally?
Yo, in high school, I think I was already done. Like, because I remember when I was doing my matric, I had already wanted to go do music. I had already wished I was done with school already by then.
Mhm.
I had already had like this crazy dream of me just doing this thing, growing it, and just making a legacy out of it.
And you come from the era of Soul Candy. You went to the Soul Candy Institute, right?
Yeah,
How was that experience like for you, bro?
it was actually a dope experience because there's so many things that I got to learn that are helping me till today in terms of my post production because I studied a post production course. So, like, studying that helped me in terms of being able to mix down my sounds properly and knowing that now I'm overstepping the EQs sometimes because before I went to Soul Candy, I was just making music and I was just I wouldn't care about the outputs in terms of the mixer, the mixing and everything. Like I would be just like, oh, it sounds fine, even though sometimes I'd hear that the kick is flat or the hi hats are actually bright. So it was now me going to Soul Candy to elaborate, like to get more of the what can I say? To get more of the knowledge of how to mix down and clear your sound. So that's how it really helped me.
Oh, dope. Um, do we have stuff like Soul Candy still? Do you know, like a movement that's just dedicated to house music? Is there anything like that these days?
Uh, Currently, not that I know of. Currently,
Uh, because a lot of the reason why I'm asking, a lot of the people that I interview always mention the Soul Candy Institute, and I'm thinking it plays such a dope role because everybody from that era, they're actually doing like real stuff in the industry right now. So I thought it would be interesting to know if the next generation it will also be privileged to to get such dope insights and knowledge. But anyway, man, I digress. Back to you. You've been very fortunate in the sense that you got to release music with international labels from a young age, early in your career. Tell us about that journey.
it's been a crazy journey in terms of I've always just wanted to put my music in platforms where there would be a wide reach. So sending the demos and getting the rejections, I think that's just been the journey because sometimes you send the demos, you don't get any feedbacks, and sometimes they ask you for music, and like those were the things that I would now, you, you know, be grateful for that I've worked so long and I've been trying, sending, and it's just been those people, and then out of the blue, the connections just started connecting, like the dots just started connecting. I started getting more and more and more people being interested in my sound, and it's just been a crazy journey for like with that because there's also disappointments in the way.
Mm. And and also just while we're still on this topic of like getting your music distributed by international labels, I can imagine as a young kid from KZN, you've got a label in New York distributing your music. What have been some of
Yeah,
the lessons there, or tell me about the advantages and the disadvantages of because I think that's what everybody wants to do, you know what I mean? What has
yeah.
your journey been like there?
Well, the advantage is like exactly what I said in terms of wide reach, because the plan is to go abroad and to keep on pushing the sound and growing the sound. So it's been that, and obviously disadvantages being here at home and not being able to travel at that time because I was a bit young. So versus now, so I feel like next year moving forward, think because of COVID, so many things got delayed, so many, plans got reshuffled. So it's just those things, man. The challenges of that now you've been sending out your music, releasing, but now you can't interact, and so it's just been those things.
you know um a lot of DJs that I come across, you know, they always say, if Black Coffee can play my song, they'll be so dope, you know. You had that experience. Tell us,
Yeah.
tell us about that experience and which song was it?
Uh, it was Lost in My Dub. That's the song he started playing from my songs. Man, it was a very overwhelming feeling, to be quite honest, because I've always looked up to people like Black Coffee. So it's just always been that thing, man. So it was really humbling more than anything. So it's like a dream come true. So it's really overwhelming, but I'm really grateful for those opportunities that I've gained with the industry people and everybody that's been involved in helping me also reach these levels that I'm currently on right now, because we just get help from different people, and this is how we connect, this is how we move forward. And it was just one of those realizing that now the journey, the way it has been going, and now seeing it to that, it was really like an overwhelming feeling, brother.
Mm. Yeah, no, that's dope, man. And you know, you've worked with quite a lot of people. I know you collaborated with Kulo the song on you released music through him, or you know, what is your relationship with Kulo the song?
Yes, he's actually the guy who signed the Lost EP. He's been like one of my all-time inspirations. So I would send him my music, and from there, this is how the relationship grew again, where I was now introduced to even a wider crowd of people. And so the relationship that I had is that I would like email my songs to him, and he would listen, and he gave me an ear, which I'm always grateful for. And today we're here because he signed my EP. He also signed two of my tracks before my EP, which were Vector Groove and Dharma, which came out in a Berlin compilation titled Watergate 21. So it had two of my tracks, and then from there he signed my EP, which was the Lost EP, and then from there, it's just been now me constantly growing and finding myself.
Do you think that you know, in hip hop there's a culture of cosigns, like you need to be co-signed by someone for you to have a big chance of making it big? Do you think in the dance culture, you know, it's important to get cosigns as well from guys that are big?
Personally, yeah, I think it's cool. It's cool depending on also what you want out of it. Because it's all about also what you also want to get out of it versus saying people must do for us. So I feel like with that, because that's what I've learned also along the way, is that I also need to be happy with what I'm in and what I'm doing, and who I'm doing it with. So, but a cosign, like help, there's never enough help. Personally, I feel like to make the dream work, you really need like a team. So when you get that as an independent artist, which is a cosign, it's actually a great thing for you, because now you learn from that and you grow from that.
Yeah, man. The Ish has a question. He says, "How do you know if you've made it in the industry besides making moolah?" Interesting question.
Besides, besides what?
Besides making moolah.
I think, I think it's you. It's like you realizing yourself where you're at and your inner peace. Are you happy? Like if you're happy with where you are, I feel like for me personally, that is success. For because now you're able to do great things because you're happy and you have inner peace. So that means you'll be able to get the shows that you want because you're in a great space, or you'll be able to play the way you want. You'll be able to produce the way you want, and isn't that what we all want eventually?
Mm. And you know, one thing I've noticed about you is that, you've played like almost everywhere, man, and especially during these times of Amapiano. How do you get to gig so much? Like, how do you get, what advice would you give to someone that's trying to gig? Like, be everywhere, especially when you play like Afro house, Afro tech.
The only advice I just say, just do it, bro. You just have to do it. I feel like with doing, there's a lot of understanding and growth that comes with, and from there you find yourself. And sometimes with doing, you become the fool. You become the person that's going and playing for five people. You become the person that's going playing for, those crowds that you feel like, oh, why am I playing for such a small crowd? But only to understand that's leading up to now even bigger crowds. So it's just, going and just believing in yourself and just telling yourself that this is your journey, and you walk with it. And for me personally, I'm a big believer of prayer. I pray and I have faith. So those were the things that were just making me go and just saying do. Because now when I pray, I'm able to reach for a higher power, to that even when sometimes I feel like, I don't want to go there, but I actually now end up going there and actually playing my heart out, regardless of whether there was 10 people or whether there was, because I believe that there's gonna be something bigger for me in the future.
Yeah, man, and also you don't just rely on other people's gigs. You've got your own movement, Light Up. Tell us about Light Up.
Yeah, man. Light Up is like one of my events that I host monthly. So we work with DJs, like with my brother Blanco, who I currently work with in terms of the events, and how we penetrate everything. So in terms of that, it's just something that I have always visioned and wanted to do in terms of, after me gigging and doing all the other things, what else can I now put down and say, thank you to everybody. This is how now I'm also living what I found, which is the industry. I'm putting also what the people before us came and did. I'm also trying to just push my own movement that can also help people that are coming after us. And Light Up was just that concept for me, where we light up people's hearts and visions, and we make people realize that we can be anything we want to be, regardless of who you are, where you're from, color, skin. It was just saying, let's just do this, and let's try and just unite people musically, but with a concept that brings them together. So Light Up is basically just, people coming together, uniting through music, and being able to be themselves at the same time.
Mm. Yeah, man, and you said it's one of the many things. One of the, you didn't say many, but you say it's one of your events. How many events, properties do you do?
Currently, I'm doing Light Up. That's what I'm currently doing, and then yeah, man.
Mm.
But at the same time, there's other plans like that I have in
Yeah, I'm
mind.
asking
So
because, yeah, no, sorry to cut you. Yeah.
I'm just saying, I have other plans though in the future of how to navigate.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I remember. I think you gave me a flyer in town, for some other event like last year. You probably don't even remember.
Where
I
was
just,
that from?
I think was it Metanoia? Was it you
Yeah,
guys?
we used to do a concept also there called the Night Out. That was before we started with Light Out.
Oh, okay, all right, dope, man.
So I
It's
think
yeah,
that was the build up for Light Up. So we started with a Night Out and we moved now to Light Up.
Ah, dope, dope, dope. The Ish is
Because
saying, oh, he's asking me a question. How do you gauge if someone is worth booking at your Sunday spot? Yo, Ish, man, it's like, I'm always on the ground, G, so I'm always like, you know, I'm always in Bram, so I know a lot of like up and coming guys. And the Sunday spot is just, for chill music, but we up the tempo later. So, we just, for me, it's just like people that I interact with on the ground. And if your music is dope, if your mixes are dope, then, we put you on, man. That's how it goes. So yeah, shout out to you, the Ish. If you also play, man, hit me up on the DMs, send your mixes or videos or whatever. Let's rock, my guy. Let's rock. Let me ask you the same question, Joe. How do I get on the lineup, bro?
uh, no, it's cool, man. Like it's just about sending the email to line up, and then we get back to you. Because you send us your bio, your mixes, and everything.
Okay, I
And
know
then
that's dope. Yeah, everybody
from
that's
there
watching.
we take it from there.
Yeah, everybody that's watching, yo, man, if you wanna play it light up, hit them up, email, send your bio, send your mixes. If if they feeling you, they might book you. Do you feel like do you feel like there are too many DJs, not enough platforms, or there are too many platforms, not enough DJs, or what's your people are always saying there are too many DJs in Sata, so
Uh,
what's your comment?
we are lot, we are lot. But just like with everything else, just like with everybody else working in other sectors, it's a lot. So I just feel like it's just us now being creative, and doing our own things, just like how you're doing this right now, which is alive, where you introduce, like, where you interviewing us, and this is a platform that so many of our artists crave because most of us are independent, and so getting platforms like this is actually great, whether it's Instagram, whether it's radio, whether it's online, we need platforms. So it's just about us innovating ourselves and finding, new ways to make streams for us.
Yeah, yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir. And let's talk about the music, man. What's the music been looking like for you this year in terms of your drops?
I dropped with Aluku Records earlier this year with the Son of Raw track, and then I dropped on, I think it was August. If not, I dropped with King Street Sounds from New York. I dropped Heaven's Walk EP, which was a two-track EP, and then I dropped with DM Recordings, which was a Kingdom track. So, it's really been great. I also dropped with another international producer DJ by the name of Laharis. They released a compilation also on King Street. So it's really just been good. But I'm more focused on 2021 right now in terms of my releases and everything because I'm currently working on an album. So
Okay,
that's my main focus right now to make sure that come 2021, we're ready to go.
okay. And then what are the projections? When do you think the project will drop in 2021?
I don't want to tell you. I
Okay.
wanted to.
What
I'm
about what
joking.
about what about
I'll,
collaborations?
I'll do a build up, but I don't want to say exactly when.
Okay. All right. No, cool, man. Look, bro. Thank you so much for your time, man. Is there anything that I missed that you just might want to say?
Uh, Actually, I think you've wrapped everything up. I could probably just say maybe my booking details and then yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
say your booking details.
yeah, man. My social media platforms, my Facebook page is Mr. Joe. SA, Instagram is at real Mr. Joe. Facebook. Sorry. Twitter, it's at real underscore Mr. Joe. And my bookings email is mrjoebookings@gmail.com.
Okay. Yeah, no. Dope stuff, man. Good talking to you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing amazing stuff, dope stuff. Keep creating those events, and yeah, man, keep dropping that music, brother. And let's catch up when you drop your album next year, né?
Definitely, we'll definitely catch up. Thank you very much, brother. I
All right.
appreciate the platform.
Sharp.
Bless. Sharp.